Main part, I don't really know.
They probably had to get different lighting for him.
That's mean.
It's the truth. That's a legit thing. In film, it's like different skin colors. You have to like treat it differently with the lighting.
Oh, sorry, dude.
That's true.
I gotta
It's
move
facts.
you. You're a little
It's
too dark.
Maybe you don't know. They didn't want to reset up their camera shit for him. They're like, oh, damn it.
All right. What are we doing playing games right now? This is not game time.
Bro's over here nerding out.
Ready to read?
He's putting fucking
Yeah.
leaves on his raft.
Fucking
bro.
alive.
Yeah, let
Text
it be.
Ethan.
Text.
No one knows what's up, dude.
I don't know. I was watching. I was interested.
I was also watching.
Make sure Ethan's got it before we start doing anything.
Oh,
We're just gonna reread chapter 1 since somebody didn't watch the live stream.
Whoa. What's
You
your?
guys had a week.
You know what? Shut up! I told you not to read chapter 1, and you did it anyways.
He wanted to read it. You fell asleep. All you
I
had to do
told
was,
you
all
not
you
to
had to
wanna
do was
read it.
rewatch the stream. That's all you had to do.
Well,
All
I
you had to
forgot
do-
about
both
it.
of you. You had 20 minutes out of the last 7 days.
You know what? And I forgot about it. Okay.
Didn't have enough time.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, Rocket League.
Told you an hour ago.
I didn't have time.
I told you this morning.
We told you the day before.
You were playing video games all day.
I
You
had
wasted the day.
I didn't have
Congrats, dude.
You could have just put an earphone
Congrats,
in your
dude.
ear while you played your video games, listening to the stream.
Yeah.
I didn't have time.
An audiobook.
Didn't
I don't
have
have
time.
earbuds.
You
Yeah.
found them just today, didn't
You don't need
They're
earbuds to
broken.
do it.
Oh, they are? Oh, that's a bummer.
For fuck's sake.
I'll get you a new pair for Christmas.
Anyway.
Oh, Dylan, that's so kind of you.
Such a sweetheart, I know.
I got a new cover coming tomorrow. Again.
Still no good?
Well, I mean, it's better, but it's not the best. So
Why? Let me see. What is wrong with it, eh?
Nothing. It doesn't pop. I want the frame to pop more.
Oh, why is it not pop? Why is it not do the pop?
I don't know. Alright, recap of prologue. Did Ethan text you back? Is he good to go?
Yup, I got it.
Sweet. What's up, Ethan? Yeah, so recap of prologue. She's taking the kids home.
She was touching all the crayfish.
No, they were catching a crayfish. She was taking the kids home.
That also.
Taking the kids home from war. Basically, she's got 10 years to train them all. Turn them into warriors. Because Vincent and them have to become guardians. That's pretty much all you really need to know, I guess. You saw her power. You remember what she can do, right?
Make her nose bleed.
Make her,
Yeah.
make her nosebleed. She's got nosebleed powers.
I know some
She
people that can do
flings
that.
rock
Yeah,
with
she
terminal
basically
velocity.
Is it only rocks or?
No, it's not only rocks.
Oh, okay.
She can push things just out of her
She has
hand.
the power to summon.
She's got like supreme force push.
Yeah,
Step
so you
off.
basically stole Star Wars.
No,
Oh, did you?
I didn't steal Star Wars.
I don't know what else you call it.
I call it an ability.
Thievery.
Okay.
Thievery. Plagiarism.
Not thievery.
She has the
But-
abilities of plagiarism.
Well, cheers, boys. Idiot. Yeah.
Where's my yoo-hoo, bro?
You want chocolate milk? I got a gallon of chocolate milk in the fridge.
That's you? That's your gallon of
That's
chocolate?
right.
That's right.
Oh. He probably backwashes
So-
in it or something.
This isn't gonna work too well.
It's his right. It's his milk.
All right.
Nasty ass.
Any other questions for the prologue before we move on to chapter 1 and Dylan gets to hear it again?
Yeah, who wrote this book again?
Me,
What?
I wrote it, bitch.
Me, I am you.
Me, I did it. This is my book. Eat it.
I am me and he is you.
Unless you think it's bad. If you think it's bad, then somebody else wrote it. It wasn't me. I don't know who though. Different guy. Different guy.
Well, I heard the prologue so far, and all the girls sound like men, so...
Mm.
See, this is why I'm saying we
Ouch.
all need to be participating in reading.
You don't know.
Trust me, no, that's...
Yeah,
That's
dude.
no, trust me. Go watch the Brothers Grimm podcast we did the other day. Not everyone needs to be reading.
Yeah, for real.
Why? Who was reading?
Ryden was
Everybody.
reading.
Oh, Ryden read. Are you bad at reading, Ryden?
When I'm drunk and high, yeah.
Alright.
Quite the admission of guilt right there.
Call me. I'm at like an 8th grade level, so I can read that pretty fluently.
Like when you're talking
You
about
think
your
this is an 8th grade level reading novel?
Probably is.
talking about your
Fourth
reading
grade.
level or your
Like
height.
4th grade.
Alright.
Fourth grade.
4th grade. You guys ready?
No, sir.
Okay. Chapter 1. The clash of swords rang through the cool summer air as the sun rose to his peak. 2 of Fira's children were exchanging blows with swift and precise movements in a training yard surrounded by wooden houses, shops, and stables that all rested atop lush green grass. A refreshing breeze swam through the air, gliding across the droplets of sweat on their brows before vanishing into dense trees full of vibrant leaves that longed to graze the cotton clouds above. Gardeners tilled small yards that yielded a motley array of colorful weeds and flowers, while children ran and giggled through the roads, stumbling about. Shopkeepers remained steadfast in the face of haggling customers, searching for a more preferable price. Guards clad in brown leather took their spears for a leisurely walk adjacent to the tall and pointed wooden pillars that lined the perimeter of Silva, the city buried deep within the eastern woods. Fira watched the sparring match from just outside an oak fence that acted as the boundary line for the training arena. She scanned over every one of their moves, ready to critique them on even the smallest of errors. Only a few minutes into the match, after they both had exchanged a series of attacks, Fira had already had words of criticism for each of them. She leaned slightly to her left without taking her eyes off the battle before her. Vincent, tell me what Vera is doing wrong right now. Vincent was leaning over the fence with his arms folded on top of each other. He analyzed the fight in front of him for a moment. His green eyes paid no mind to the loose strands of golden brown hair in front of them as they searched for the answer his mother was looking for. Barrick has the reach on her, he answered. She's letting him keep too much space between them. Fira nodded. And what about Barrick, Alexandra? Alexandra stood beside Fira, mimicking her firm posture. Her fierce dark blue eyes were locked onto the fight. Her arms were crossed in front of her, a leather breastplate and dark leather glove covered her left hand. A chestnut-colored ponytail split into 3 thick braids, one on either side of her head and one down the middle. She allowed the gap of silence to linger in the air while she watched the battle. Her eyes narrowed as she focused on the larger of the 2 combatants. At first, she found no blatant mistakes in his actions. It was not until both their swords collided that she realized his fault. Well, Fira prodded. She may be giving him the reach, but he's not taking advantage of it, or anything else. He pulls back when he should have attacked, and he's not using anywhere close to his full strength. I think he's too worried he's going to hurt her. A smirk grew across Vincent's face. Well, he did all but put you in the stars the other day with one punch, he said without turning around. And I'm about to do the same to you as soon as they're finished, she fired back. Fira disregarded their squabble and began to shout. Get closer, Vera. He's bigger than you. And Barrick, if she does, show her your full strength. She paused as a smile snuck across her face. Otherwise, Vince will be cooking your dinner again. It wasn't that bad, Vincent said, trying to defend himself. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it quacked at me, Alexandra retorted. Vera's golden cherry hair bounced with every one of her steps, while each curl barely made it past her chin. 2 skinny braids twisted down to the center of her back. Barrick stood perfectly still on the balls of his feet, monstrously tall and broad-shouldered, analyzing the girl half his size as she rushed toward him. In order to even come close to hitting her, he needed to swing his sword at a downward angle. Still, she was too quick of a target. She ducked beneath his sparring sword, but before she was able to attack, Barrick launched his shoulder into her, forcing her into the ground. Dust burst into the air as she slammed into the dirt. She lay on the ground, gasping for air. As soon as Barrick lowered his sword to claim his victory, Vera launched her foot high into his groin and quickly lifted her sword to his neck. With both of them indicating a killing blow, Fira ended the match. That's enough, Fira called over to them. Both Vera and Barrick lowered their weapons and took a moment to catch their breath. You okay? Vera asked from her spot on the ground. Barrick held up a single finger for a moment before he answered her. He let out a long, deep breath of discomfort. I'll be fine in a minute or 2. You? Vera groaned. It feels like Nexella threw me off the saddle into a tree at full speed. Barrick extended a meaty palm and pulled Vera up to her feet as if she weighed less than nothing. Both of them took their time hobbling back to the training yard gate to Fira and the other 2. As soon as they stood in front of her, she began her lecture. No matter how well they performed, she always found something to critique. Vera, you're small, so fight small. Don't allow your opponent the opportunity to take advantage of your stature. Blend your strengths and weaknesses together so there won't be any part of you to exploit. Understood? Vera nodded and watched as Vera turned and began to speak to Beric. The sun shone brightly behind her, giving her a golden, ethereal silhouette. Although the top of her head only rose to his chin, she still seemed taller than him somehow. She was the only one capable of making him appear smaller than he actually was. Having restraint is okay, but don't expect anyone to reciprocate it. Pulling one too many punches could be a fatal mistake. Anyone out to kill you will surely take advantage of that should they notice. Fear rested a hand on Beric's shoulder. Don't allow your kindness to become your demise. I won't, Beric said softly. I don't know, Bear, Vincent said, poking him in the side. You might be a little too soft for the Guardian lifestyle. Beric swatted away Vincent's prodding fingers. Knock it off, he said. Here. Beric forcefully handed him his sparring sword to Vincent, pushing him away. All right, I take it back. The bear has a growl to him after all. Vincent turned and started to whistle cheerfully as he walked toward the center of the training yard. Beric shook his head and turned to Alexandra. Would you take him down a notch for me? I'll see what I can do, she said happily. Beric plopped his arms down on the fence, causing the oak plank to bow underneath his weight. You think she'll take it easy on him this time? With hands on her hips, Fira confidently shook her head. I don't believe there's anything under the stars she loves more than to put that boy's arrogance in check. And if I had to guess, I'd say it being his birthday will only increase her enjoyment. As Vera stood silently next to Beric, a mischievous grin grew across her face. His side was stretched out, vulnerable. With 2 fingers, she jabbed him in the midsection. Caught off guard, he jumped and started to laugh. Why? Beric asked, mildly irritated. You should have seen how high you got. I'm gonna knock it off and pay attention, Fira said firmly, not letting him finish. Both of them quickly silenced themselves and turned their attention to the training yard. Vincent and Alexandra stood a few paces apart from each other, silent. Both of them were about the same height, clad in their leather armor, sparring swords at their sides, knees slightly bent, grips tight, eyes locked. I've got you this time, Vincent said confidently. Only in your dreams, Alexandra responded. In that moment, the silent second before the battle commenced, to them, everything faded. There was nothing else around them, nobody to see, no sounds to be heard. Time slowed to a near halt as the breeze drifted across the vacant ground between them. As if they had become permanent fixtures in a painting, motionless, they waited. Begin, Fira shouted from the fence. Her voice met their ears, and as if her words carried some unknown power, their environment returned to normal. In a rush, everything raced back to real time. They charged. Alexandra thrust her sword forward at Vincent's midsection. He swatted it away with ease. Using the momentum, she spun and swept at his legs. Vincent fell to the ground and rolled away quickly. He rose to his feet, frustrated. Always with the same move, he complained. Pleased with his reaction, Alexandra smirked. Stop falling for it. I'll stop doing it. He gritted his teeth and launched toward her with a salvo of slashes. She blocked and dodged, remaining on the defensive until she found a chance to counter. Vincent raised his hands above his head, ready to bring the sword down on her. But there it was. He had left himself wide open. She motioned to slash at his stomach, but Vincent smiled. It was a feint. He sidestepped her slash and brought his sword down hard against hers, knocking it from her hands. He followed it up with a kick to her chest that sent her flying. He leaned over, picked up her sword, and twirled it in his hand. I'm gonna borrow this. Alexandra climbed to her feet and glared at him under her furrowed brow. Slowly, as her enemy approached her, she raised her fists. His attacks came with speed and control, but not one of them found its mark. Much to Vincent's dismay, she continued to dodge and sidestep away from danger. While his opponent was unarmed, she was still in control of the fight. Annoyed with his inability to land a hit, Vincent threw one of the swords and dashed behind it. Alexandra ducked beneath the projectile and met him sooner than he expected. She maneuvered around to his rear flank, wrapped her arms around his waist, lifted him high up over her shoulders, and slammed him into the ground behind her. All 3 of their spectators winced at the sight of him hitting the dirt. definitely taking him down a notch, Barrick said with satisfaction. Several notches, Vera corrected. When Vincent finally made it back on his feet, Alexander was already in front of him. His sword had tumbled to the side from the impact. With him no longer armed, the battle was even once again. 2 jabs came quickly for Vincent's head. Despite his daze, he managed to slip them both. However, he failed to see the left cross that followed. A leather glove connected with his cheek, creating a small cut. He hopped back to create space, and while he managed to buy himself a brief moment to shake off the hit, Alexander did not let up. She threw punch after her target, but nothing landed. Vincent twisted his torso to duck beneath an incoming fist and launched an uppercut straight into her side. The counter was beautiful, but he mistakenly followed it with an overreaching hook. Alexander snatched his arm, threw her hips back into him, and pulled him over down into the ground once more. This time, there would be no letting him up. She threw herself on top of him and unleashed a storm of closed hands. Vincent quickly threw his arms up to guard. "You can yield whenever you're ready, Vince," Alexander said confidently. Vincent was under a barrage of knuckles. He had to act quickly. He leaned to his left to avoid her next hit. As soon as it flew past him, he launched his head forward, smashing into the bridge of her nose. She fell back with both hands covering her face. With Alexander disoriented, he scrambled for the nearby sword and swung it down on her. Down on one knee, Alexander caught the blunt blade in her left hand and yanked it from him, pulling his stomach right into her other fist. Vincent instantly dropped to his knees. Alexandra stood up and lowered the weapon to Vincent's neck. She stared down the length of the sword in her right hand, victorious. Vincent hung his head before looking back up at her. She lowered the sword and reached out with her left hand to help him to his feet. "Just once you couldn't let me win?" "Maybe next time," she said with a wink. Vincent pointed to her already swollen nose, which was pouring blood out of both nostrils. "You got a little, She forcefully handed the sword to Vincent as she pinched her nose with 2 gentle fingers and tilted her head back. He started to chuckle. "I think I still kinda won." His comment earned him another slug in the arm. Together, they started to return to the others, Vincent rubbing his arm and Alexandra attempting to slow the blood loss from her nose. Once they reached the fence, Fira squeezed a wet cloth into the bucket on the ground next to her and held it to Alexandra's nose. After a moment, she took it away and inspected the injury. She placed her hand gently underneath Alexandra's chin and tilted her head back. "Let me see." She poked the bridge of her nose, making her twinge. "Well, it's not broken. Just keep that there and you'll be fine." Barrick rested his hand on Vincent's shoulder. "Yet another loss to Alex." Vincent quickly brushed away his hand. "I'll get her next time. After all, I basically won this time." "I don't know about that, bud. She may look worse, but tomorrow you're gonna feel worse for sure." "I'll be fine." Vera laughed. "Yeah, right. She slammed you so hard into the ground that my bones cracked." "Barely felt it," Vincent said as he looked away. Barrick patted him on the back. "Yeah, okay, bud." "Regardless of who looks worse and feels worse," Fira said as she began their evaluation. "Alex won. Almost isn't going to count in a real battle. And Vince, in comparison to Alex, your hand-to-hand is horse shit." "So you're saying it's gotten better?" he joked. Fira ignored him and continued. "How many times have I told you to stay on your feet? You're as good as dead on the ground. And as for you, Alex, you're going to have bigger problems than Vincent's head if you continue to get too confident." "I don't think there's anything bigger than Vincent's head," Alexandra teased, her voice slightly muffled behind the wet cloth. Vincent crossed his arms and glared at her, unamused. Fira turned to face all of them. "You have all come a long way, and I'd feel confident with any one of you by my side in a battle. But you're not without faults. None of us are. What's important is that you recognize them and actively try to fix them. You may leave tomorrow, but your training is far from over. Every rising sun is accompanied by an opportunity for improvement. Don't forget that." "We won't," Alexandra said. "Well, you might if you take any more hits from Vince's thick head," Vera said jokingly. Everyone laughed as Vincent reached up to his forehead with his palm. "Is it really that big?" Fira, still smiling, walked over to him. "You are most certainly thick-headed, just like your father, but we love you for it anyway." She planted a motherly kiss on top of his head. "Henry's looking a little troubled today," Alexander said. A younger guard with a worried look was running right for them. What could he possibly want this time? Barrett questioned. Fira stepped forward to receive the boy. The guard slowed to a halt and hunched over with his hands on his knees as he spoke between ragged breaths. "Milady, the soldiers, they're here, and they're making a terrible ruckus." "Where?" "They're at the pub. Sam's pub." "Okay. Thank you, Henry. We'll handle it." Fira motioned for them to follow. Without hesitation, they hurried down the gravel trail until they came to the corner of the main road that ran to the center of Silva. Suddenly, there was a loud crash, followed by several people scrambling out of a wooden stone building. Above the porch, a plaque gently swayed in the breeze, carved with a bubbly mug of ale. They walked inside the pub to find a group of soldiers clad in bright silver armor spread throughout the room, each with a long sword belted to their hips. A woman with a long chocolate braid was casually leaning against the bar, while an older man behind the counter poured his own ale. The other two soldiers slowly walked around the room, meticulously inspecting the few patrons sitting down. "Are you sleeping again?"
He was in it. It's a
Sure
lot.
as fuck looks like it.
Dozing off again.
They're still fighting, bro.
They're not still fighting.
Yeah, they were patting each other on the back, bro.
"Don't make this difficult for us and nobody will get hurt," the soldier behind the bar said before sipping from his mug. He had a thick head of gray hair and a goatee to match. The wrinkles on his forehead around his eyes hinted at his age. "We're only here to deliver a message, and for some ale to quench our thirst." He took another gulp before he slammed the empty mug down. Vincent noticed the same tree from his mother's old armor engraved into the center of the man's breastplate. These were Meditas soldiers, and it was no coincidence they were here on his birthday. One of the soldiers patrolling the room, a younger boy with a pointed nose too big for his face, suddenly snatched a middle-aged man from his seat. 2 lines were carved into the man's right cheek, identical to Fira's. "Look, Captain, we caught ourselves a rogue," the big-nosed soldier said. The soldier behind the bar, the captain, scoffed and spat on the floor. "You know what we do with their kind. Get some rope." "I'd put him down if I were you," Fira interjected firmly, drawing everyone's attention. "Aw, how cute," said the woman leaning against the bar. "Another one has come to the rescue." The captain laughed. "Why don't you run along before we give you the rope as well?" In the corner of the room, Vincent caught a glimpse of a man dressed entirely in black, a cloak with a raised hood, and a mask covering his entire face. All of his clothes were dark enough to blend in with the shadows. Vincent could only see him in the first place thanks to a beam of sunlight that crept in from the window slightly above him. Fira crossed her arms and leaned up against the wall. "If I'm here to rescue anyone, it isn't him, I assure you. That man in your hands there, soldier, is known as the Blue Flame." The soldier with the pointed nose raised an eyebrow and looked at the harmless-looking man in his clutches. Fira continued. "That rogue scar on his cheek proves that he was once a guardian of Meditas. You're probably too young to know, but we guardians used to love our nicknames. Can you guess why he's called the Blue Flame?" The soldier looked back down at the man, who was now smiling. Both of his hands were engulfed in ocean blue flames that were breathing calmly. The soldier quickly dropped them and backed away. The captain smiled nastily and walked around to the front of the bar. "All of you rogues and your neat little tricks. More like freaks, if you ask me. The guardians, too. But I must admit, I'm now curious. What name did the freaks give you?" Fira returned the captain's nasty smile, but did not answer his question. "And I'm curious as to why you're harassing my people and what exactly I need to do to get you out of my city." The captain scoffed. "We'll leave when we're damn good and ready. I don't take orders from rogue scum. You're no better than rats," he spat on the floor. "But then again, rats can sometimes be useful. Maybe you can help us. We're looking for someone. The son of that traitor is Victor Rain." Fira's eyes darted to Vincent as if to ask, "Are you ready?" He was, or at least he thought he was. He took a few steps forward. "My name is Vincent, son of Victor Rain." The captain approached Vincent and inspected him thoroughly, invading his personal space. You? He asked doubtfully. You're the son of the once revered Victor Rain? What? You don't see the resemblance? Vincent snarked. All I see is a disappointment. The captain's words sent a jolt of anger through Vincent's bones. What do you want? He asked with narrowed eyes. What I want, the captain started, is for you to take what is owed to your father. The captain threw his fist into Vincent's mouth and ripped him to the ground. Before he could throw a second punch, Alexandra launched forward and kicked him in the side of the face with the heel of her boot. Nobody else was able to make another move. The three soldiers had quickly drawn their swords. The big-nosed soldier was sure to keep fear at the tip of his blade, while the other soldier, a man with a shining head, kept maneuvering his sword back and forth from barrack to barrack. The woman with the chocolate braid restrained Alexandra and pressed the edge of her sharpened steel against her neck. A small drop of blood slid down beneath Alexandra's tunic. You'll hang for that, the woman shouted. The captain climbed to his feet, marched over to Alexandra, and hurled his fist into her stomach. She immediately fell to her knees, coughing and fighting the urge to vomit. Leave him alone, Barrett called out. Quiet, or it'll be your turn next, the captain threatened before looking back to Alexandra. I should take your head, he said as he spat on the floor beside her. Don't get back up, and maybe I'll let you keep it. He turned and walked back over to Vincent, who was still lying on the floor. The captain dropped his knee into Vincent's chest and continued to apply pressure. Pay attention, scum. You're about to come into my city to disgrace my people with your traitorous blood. The reason why King Sentis wants you anyway is lost on me. I'd rather have you rot far away from me and my people. I bet, Vincent coughed, forcing the words out. A lot of things are lost on you. The captain slammed his metal fist into Vincent's mouth again, this time splitting open his lower lip. Keep your mouth shut. If it were up to me, we'd hang you from the nearest tree and sip some ale by your dangling corpse until it was time for the horrors to feed. But as you can see, unlike your father, I follow my king's orders. The captain finally stood up, but continued looking down at Vincent. You are to meet us at the western gates of Caelan ruins in 2 weeks' time. From there, we'll escort you directly to the king. And for your own sake, boy, hope that the king finds no semblance of your father in you, because even mentioning Victor's name is enough to fill him with rage. Vincent spat out a mouthful of blood. And what if I said I'm just like him? The captain flared his nasty smile, revealing a few blackened teeth. Then you'll lose your head, just like him. Hey, what are you doing? What's over there? The soldier in front of Fira suddenly yelled at her. Vincent followed her line of sight to where he had seen the dark-clothed man sitting, but he was no longer there. All he saw was a wispy black trail that looked like smoke. Lower your swords. It's time we get out of this rat's nest, the captain said. But first, give him a taste of what will happen if the boy fails to meet us. He spat again. Burn it. The soldiers shoved their captives aside and returned their swords to their scabbards. A mistake. They had only managed to flip over a single table before it happened. Just don't kill him, Fira said. Don't tell us what to do, the big-nosed soldier fired back. Fira chuckled. I wasn't talking to you. All of a sudden, the dark-cloaked man appeared next to the soldier and slammed his palm into his big nose. He disappeared again in an instant, leaving behind the wispy black trail. He reappeared again in front of the bald soldier and elbowed him in the temple, knocking him unconscious. The woman quickly drew her sword and slashed. All she hit was the black smoke. The man appeared behind her, kicked her behind the knee, wrapped her long braid around his arm, and yanked her head back to punch her several times in the face. By the time the captain drew his sword, one was already pressing against his neck. He felt the blade scrape against the lump in his throat as he swallowed nervously. Vincent tracked the wavy steel of the captain's neck to the hooded man, almost entirely blending into the shadows. Vera and Barrack stepped over the unconscious soldier and helped Vincent back to his feet. I am a captain of soldiers of great nation of Meditas, serving your king. You wouldn't dare harm me, the captain howled shakily. He is no king of mine, the man in the shadows said coldly. His voice was rough and muffled behind his mask. Put it down, Ghost, Fira commanded. Ghost's hand tightened around the hilt of his blade. Although clearly reluctant, he lowered the weapon. The captain started laughing nervously. Nothing more than a chained dog, I see. Fira started slowly walking toward the captain with a storm of rage in her eyes. You threaten my people, insult my husband, Strike 2 of my children and hold the other 2 at the end of a blade. What do you think would be an appropriate way for me to respond to these transgressions? The captain stammered. Fira nodded. That's what I think too. So allow me to make myself perfectly clear. She walked closer, forcing the captain to take several steps back until his back touched the bar. My children will meet you where and when they are supposed to. However, should any harm come to them, should you lay your hands on them again, or even if I learn that you spoke to them with disrespect, my dog here will find you, no matter where you hide, and bring you to me. She placed an index finger against his forehead and glared menacingly into his petrified eyes. Where I will then proceed to rip you apart, limb from limb, with no more than a single finger. Vincent felt a chill run down his spine. He had never seen his mother like this before. He was terrified. He'd only seen her use her favor a few times before, during hunting trips, and even then only with horrors. He had never seen her use it on a human, but he had a vivid imagination. He knew very well that she could instantly turn the captain's head into a red mist if she wanted to. Fira removed her finger and moved closer to the captain's face, forcing him to lean back even farther. Unless you'd like an example of how I would do that, I suggest you get the hell out of my city. The captain and his soldiers quickly gathered their unconscious comrade and scurried out of the pub. Once they were long gone and the pub was restored to relative order, Alexandra walked over to the man dressed in the shadows. You're the ghost? She asked. He returned his wavy sword to its sheath. What gave me away? She paid no mind to his sarcastic remark and extended her hand. All of it was so long ago. It's all just a blur to us now. But Mom told us that we were brought to her by a ghost, a man who lives in the shadows. I'm guessing that was you. So, thank you. The moment he accepted Alexandra's hand, Vera crashed into his side, wrapping her arms around him. Thanks, Mr. Ghost, she exclaimed. Vera's meaty palm landed on his shoulder. Yes, thank you. Fira started to laugh. You may not be able to see his face right now, but I can promise you he's extremely uncomfortable. Save the rest of your pleasantries for dinner. Fira, I can't stay, Ghost protested. Ghost, I know how you live. When was the last time you had an actual meal? Or a bath, for that matter? What kind of pet owner would I be if I didn't throw my dog a bone? Ghost grunted behind his dark mask in defeat. Apologies for the trouble, Sam, Fira said to the short, round barkeep hiding behind a barrel in the corner of the room. After the kids leave tomorrow, Charlie and I will come by to help with any repairs. Thank you, milady, Sam replied, wiping the sweat from his brow. Fira turned to her children. Speaking of Charlie, he mentioned wanting to give you all a little parting gift before dinner. Why don't you head over there while Ghost and I have a little chat? Vera's eyes lit up with excitement. Oh, I think I know what the parting gift is, she said, cheerfully stepping out of the pub. Vincent followed behind the others and caught a small snippet of Fira and Ghost's conversation. He could not quite make out the words, but heard something that sounded like, only if it's life or death. Outside, Vera jumped in front of the group and started walking backward down the road. Did you see his favor? He was all, I'm here, now I'm over here, now I'm over there. How do you think it works? Mom said he moves with the shadows, so it's some sort of relocation favor, I guess, Alexandra replied. Vera jumped back in line with everyone else and tensed up with enthusiasm. I can't wait to get ours. I just hope the fountain doesn't kill us, Varric said. Or turn us into anything dark and twisted, Vincent added, still pondering the words he might or might not have heard. Alexandra remained silent as she held her left hand closer to herself, anxiously imagining what could happen once she drank from a second fountain. The sun slowly continued to fall, casting the city in golden afternoon light as they traveled on. Birds used the cool breeze to help glide between the wooden rooftops of stone houses, while cooped-up chickens watched in envy from below. Locals gave the group a friendly wave as they passed by before they returned to their daily chores. Most of the tilling of gardens full of brightly colored fruits and vegetables, and the chopping of wood. As they drew closer to the crossroads in the center of the village, the sound of metal against an anvil grew louder and louder, filling the air with a rhythmic clang. A shop with no front or side walls rested on the opposite corner from where they stood. Thick wooden pillars acted as supports for the ceiling, leaving the innards exposed. Above them dangled a wooden sign with the image of a hammer and an anvil. From one side to the other, the stony interior was decorated with a wide variety of armor pieces and weapons. Just a few feet away from the fiery forge stood a boy hammering away on a blade of no magnificence. Vincent and the others ducked beneath the weapons on display as they entered. Before they had fully made it into the shop, they were ambushed. "Vince!" the young boy shouted. They turned to see a 12-year-old boy with messy blonde hair full of ash and soot. Wide brown eyes and plump cheeks covered in sweat and dirt were launched into Vincent's chest with a familiar force of endearment. "What happened to your face?" the boy asked as he pulled away, noticing the gash in Vincent's lower lip. "Ah, it's nothing," Vincent answered. "What are you working on over there?" "I'm getting the kinks out of my brother's sword. I almost beat him the last time we sparred. You should have seen it. I made him fall over just like Alex showed me. Oh, and also, Charlie's going to show me the fortification sign. Look, he already taught me how to do the fingers for it." The boy stood straight up, closed his eyes, and held his first 2 fingers to his lips while leaving the other 3 closed tightly against his palm. Vincent chuckled and placed his hand on Rucker's shoulder. "You're going to be running this place for Gramps in no time. And then I'll be able to beat you too." "Well, I wouldn't go that far. You see Alex's nose. Wouldn't want that to end up like her now, would you?" Rucker cringed when he saw her red and swollen nose. "You lost," Alexandra said, defending herself. "If you say so," Vincent said with a shrug. Alexandra rolled her eyes. "We're going to slip into the back, Ruck. Is the old man in?" The boy nodded. "Yep, he's in there. But I need to see your hands before you go." "Just mine?" "All of you. Just hold them out in front of you and spread their fingers out like this." The 4 of them did as the young boy requested and stood still, confused as he carefully examined them. "Okay, that'll do. I'll see you later," Rucker chirped before he returned to the anvil. "Strange kid," Vera said plainly. "You would know," Vincent joked. The 4 of them walked in the back corner of the room through a doorway blocked by a black curtain. The large room inside was chaotically filled with open books, scrolls, and old parchment. Prototypes of weapons and armor pieces sketched in charcoal hung all over the gray stone walls. In the center was a wide, ovular table grotesquely carved from dark wood. Burned into the glossy tabletop was a map of the continent. Really?
Can we continue the book?
Yeah, it's not over. But no, I'm saying the map.
Oh, you're showing me the
Yeah,
map.
I'm showing you the map.
Oh, it's very nice. This is an illustration from the book. Where's the fuck camera
The
at?
camera's on the tripod.
There you go. Here's a good look.
Hold it there for a minute or two,
Holding it.
and I'll put it up on the screen afterwards for Ryden to watch this one because he's sleeping the whole way through it.
Doesn't deny it.
It's like bedtime.
What are we in Europe?
Tyler, remember what you said when you were like, as long as it doesn't put them to bed while it's daytime?
Listen, it's fine. What?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They already got into some shit. They're already getting beat up on.
This is it? This is the world? That's it? That's
Like they're part of the world. That's the only part of the world that you need to be concerned with.
Oh, do you have more map images?
No, it's just that.
Oh.
It's just that. Like, think of it, like, that's the only thing that these stories take place in. If I wanted, like,
Yeah,
technically, there is no... I don't have anything written for anything outside of that perimeter. So that is the world. Like, I have no... everything that happens on that continent.
Fucking Sleepy McGee over here.
So, yeah, sleep. Whatever.
You can't even fucking...
At the end of the day, dude, as long as mom likes it, I don't give a fuck.
So who did you base the characters off of?
Who did I base them off of?
Yeah.
Fira is supposed to be a blend of mom and dad. You'll see why. There's a reason for that. Because Fira is supposed to have the walk it off
But the loving
element.
I see
of,
both. Yeah, I already see what you mean by both. I feel like I'm already...
Yeah, so it's supposed to be like a 50-50 mixture of, it's like, you take mom, you take dad, you put it into one person, you get Fira. And then Barrick is based off my buddy Noah. Just big, lovable
Yeah.
idiot. He
Makes sense.
always eating. big. He hits that food trope, and he's a big softie, big teddy bear. Just always wants to protect everybody. And we actually, the reason I went with Barrick for his name is because we used to call him Moose. So Moose was his nickname. Like, even if I talked to him now, I'd still be like, "Yo, what's up, Moose?" So, just kept that similar. But, well, and it's all they're all based off of somebody, loosely based. But it's almost over, Ryden. Your pain.
How many more pages?
1, 2, 3, 4 and a half.
How many more chapters are there?
The whole rest of the book.
How many more chapters are there after this one? 22.
Shit.
It's 22 weeks.
That's 22
Half
weeks.
a year.
Ryan's gonna be
It'll take us
listening
forever
to us
to
like
finish
it's a
this
fucking
shit.
podcast.
Ryden, we're gonna finish this, and Ryden's gonna go, I don't know what the fuck happened, but he's gonna thumbs up. So I'm not watching the videos either.
I'm not watching the video.
Tyler,
So
what-
Ryden's just gonna wait for the movie.
While we're at a pause, you want to get another beer?
I don't know. We can take a brief intermission. Talk about anything. Any questions? Any?
I'm gonna get glimpses of the book here and there between naps. I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
What else you got in there? Anything kid friendly?
Maybe tea and soda.
Yeah, if you ask Dylan nicely, you can have a tea.
You want a sweet tea?
Can I have a sweet tea,
You can
Dylan?
have a sweet tea. Go ahead.
I would love a sweet tea. Something kid friendly. I
Nah.
love kid friendly drinks.
You know, those are really good with vodka, though.
Just and lemonade.
You know, it's really... Oh,
Fire-
not any
Fireball.
lemonade. Raspberry lemonade. Mix
Ew,
raspberry lemonade.
Ew.
Wow. Alright, if you're allergic to fucking flavor,
Dude, we need to
that's
go
fine.
camping. My bad, that's completely off
Why?
topic. But I'm a big fan of going camping.
Dude, the beach is right there. We can go. We can go
Camp
look
on
like
the
homeless
beach?
people.
That
camp
is
on the
not-
beach.
Hell yeah! I mean, there's a bunch of tents. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you can
That
just
is
take
not-
one, walk off.
I did have one question, Tyler. I don't remember.
Shoot.
I think it was in one of the fights, and this is like such a tiny thing. I don't know if you'll be able to find it.
I rewrote.
But the
this.
specific
rewrote this.
specific sentence mentioned something about it was a leather glove, you
Mhm.
know, hitting someone's face, and then they
I
created
scratched him. Yes.
created a mark, and then the very next sentence you use that same verb again.
What
Create.
verb?
You're saying
Because then somebody did something else to create distance or some shit like that.
you're saying
I
there's
didn't-
repetition.
I'm saying it's repetition. At least I'm
It's
hoping
like
there's
right
not
here.
repetition. I'm hoping there's not repetition.
Oh,
It might be.
Dylan does not like repetition, huh?
Well, no, I'm just trying to help him proofread it, but he's already fucking holy shit. So.
He's already.
Well, that's what the point of this is. Because I can still edit it.
Oh,
it's
you
not,
can?
It's not. Yeah, it's
Oh,
not published
alright.
yet.
No,
That's why,
it's-
like,
That's good.
The book literally says not for resale.
I just
Wait,
kind
does
of picked it up, but I was gonna bring it to you at some point. Unless you misspoke.
No, kind of. I mean, it's a leather glove connected with his cheek, creating a small cut. He
Okay.
hopped back to create space.
Yeah, it's the same verb, mate.
He hopped back to create space. Yeah,
Could've just
See,
said-
these are the things
To space
I'm-
himself out or to distance
I
himself.
can
don't
reword
know.
that. Yeah, for sure. Am I going to? Probably not.
Alright,
Like-
just a small thing.
Dylan's like, Dylan's
I don't really
fuck
care.
you.
It's
No,
not,
but it's one of those
my-
things. It's like,
not
yeah,
my
bro,
pick,
he's not wrong though. Like that could be like, but this is one of those things that's like, I'm gonna pick this back up 10 years from now and go, I can make this better. Like that's the point of it.
That's the
Like,
beauty.
at some point, like I've already sat on it for X amount of years. Like at some point, it just has to be released. But you know that's gonna happen. That's not something that I would go back and change. There are things in here that I do have to change before it gets published, like a spelling error or something like that. Which there is a spelling error.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What did you misspell?
Instead of saying understood, I wrote undertood. Somewhere along the lines,
And
I dropped an S. And what's best, what's great about
That's
this?
alright, because even when you drop it, I still understand it.
And that's crazy too, because it's even with a copy edit. Like this has been copy edited. It's been gone through many fucking times.
That's what I'm saying. And no one's seen it.
Yeah, it happens. Like you can pick up The Witcher. Like I see spelling errors in The Witcher. Like things that are traditionally, professionally published, still have errors in them. The point is to minimize them and make it so that it's not an error that's super jarring and pulls you out of the world. Like that one, I don't think that's. I didn't even notice it. You noticed it, but
The creating thing?
yeah, the creating thing. And there's a couple times like I think in each Witcher book there's a word that he uses like all the fucking time. That it's like once a page at least. And it drives me nuts. To give him the benefit of the doubt, I'm reading a translation. So it's a little different.
Yeah, that's
But-
fair. All right.
But yeah.
Well, that's just, I was just bringing it up because, I mean, for me in my own writing, that's something I try to avoid.
I try to
so.
avoid it as well. Yeah, so it's a good thing
You're
to point out,
supposed
so I
to avoid
appreciate
it.
it.
Of course.
What?
You're supposed to avoid it.
Yeah, you don't want to overuse stuff all the time. It's what a thesaurus is for.
Thoris?
A thesaurus.
A fourth.
A thesaurus. It's not a dinosaur, Ryden. A thesaurus.
But if it was, I would have it
I
in that
knew
Jurassic Park game.
Jurassic Park Tycoon.
Yeah, this guy
Where's
over
my
here.
playing fucking games from
Knows all
1980?
the Horuses.
All the orises.
The
Yeah,
orifice
dude,
and orifice.
He's got the
Orifices.
Orifice.
He's got the oristism.
Yeah.
It's rude.
That's rude. Yeah. Oh well.
Damn, I'm
All right,
hungry.
boys.
Cut that one.
So let's wrap it. Let's wrap up the final 4 pages so Ryden can go to sleep.
Fucking baggy.
You're gonna have to
We-
tuck me in
I
after
bet.
this one.
I'm
Sorry
gonna
for
tuck
foul
you in with
language.
wrap you in a little nighttime burrito. Dude, it's fucking 6 o'clock, 6:30.
Is that it?
Knocking me out. I remember being read to in class, bro.
And just falling asleep.
Yeah, just going right out.
At this point, Dad's doing better than you.
Yeah, I mean,
Dad read the whole prologue.
Already, really?
Yeah.
Ryden,
By
were
himself.
were you in Mr.
Good for him.
Risser's class with me?
Mr. Richard?
Or Mr. Risser in 4th grade?
Yeah.
Do you remember when he fucking threw the book?
Yeah.
The guy just yeeted a book.
No, he did. The fucking teacher.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Mr.
You just
Risser.
Yeah, why do you eat a book?
Oh, we were carrying on, I imagine. I don't know.
He threw it at you?
He threw it at us, but
But
he, just,
in your direction?
he was just fucking mad and he threw the fucking book. We were in 4th grade.
Oh.
And we were just chatting, and it was reading time, whatever the fuck, and at some point he just reading the fucking book and just fucking threw the ball. Like Gronkowski with a touchdown spiking the fucking ball. He was pissed.
Damn.
Wasn't that the year Rockwell got transferred to us?
I think it was next year. I think it was 5th grade's when he went.
Yeah, because I met Vincent in 2nd grade.
Rockwell for 2 years.
I don't think so. I think he only showed up in 5th grade. I mean, we can ask him.
Well, I met Vincent in 2nd grade, so
You chugged that tea already?
I was really thirsty.
Jesus.
And I'm really hungry, too.
Well, we got 4 pages left, so. I'm also hungry.
But I met Vincent in 2nd grade, so do the math. You guys were 3 years apart.
Oh, there you go.
Could have been separated classes the previous year.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I think we had Rockwell.
Pull out the
we
yearbook,
had
dude.
somebody. We had somebody for 2 years.
Was it fucking Manny?
No,
Oh, you remember Manny?
Yeah.
that was a very brief. That was not even a year.
You little dork.
It was either Barry or Rockwell for that.
I'm pretty sure they were both in 5th grade.
I think it's just Barry.
I'd be willing to believe that, I suppose. But I don't know.
Right, got the yearbook. It's the only way to find out.
We only
Well,
got
we didn't
yearbooks
know.
in 5th grade, though.
Yeah.
And
So,
mine's
but it
in,
would show you when people joined.
well, mine's in Pennsylvania.
Chip it,
has
dude.
I'll tell Julia to check it out
Yeah,
somewhere.
there you go.
Alright.
Or Mackenzie has it. Which is weird. Julia was going through Mackenzie's yearbooks and found yearbook photos of us.
Really?
And what's very funny is she was looking for my picture, and she found me, and then you're right above me.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow, soulmates.
Exactly. That's my
It's fucking
side.
meant to be, mate.
Gay.
Piss off. Jealous?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it. That's the last thing. We'll read the last, 2 sentences. Oh, they walk into the room. They walk into the back room of the blacksmith place. In the center was a wide ovular table carved grotesquely from dark wood.
Ovular? Ovular?
Ovular?
Ocular?
Not ocular, ovular.
Ovular?
I don't think it's
Ovular.
ovular.
Opiate?
I'm pretty positive it's ovular.
Ovular?
But it's an oval.
Yes.
It's not an oval.
Ovular?
Yeah, it's an
Uvula?
oval, but it changes. It's OVULAR.
Nah, I just want to fucking continue.
Go back to sleep. Burned in the glossy tabletop was a map of the continent. We already showed the map. Alright.
Read with an accent.
No, that'd be a terrible idea.
Jesus.
He did that the other day. It was a terrible idea.
It was a terrible idea.
Charlie.
I never learned to shut them. It was really hard after a while. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Those
I imagine it was even worse for everybody else to listen.
Probably. It was something. The shutter was the only thing that was keeping me going. Every time he said shutter, I was like, this story sucks. But then you said shutter, and I giggled. I was like, alright, it's not bad. Charlie, an older man who looked young for his later years, turned around from the workbench across the room. Ah, I was wondering when you would arrive, he said. The sunlight that flooded in from the glass window behind him gave his soft and scruffy face a golden glow. Eyes full of wisdom and the occasional silver strand that peeked through his otherwise jet-black hair were the only indicators of his true age. He was quick to notice Vincent's lip and Alexandra's nose. By the stars, what happened to you two? He asked as he rushed to their side. His voice was powerfully soft and gentle, with a calm inflection, each word traveling at its own pace. Soldiers from Meditas, Vincent answered. Vincent's fat head, Alexandra teased. Let me get you something for that. Vincent rolled his eyes with a smile. We're fine, Gramps. Really. Nonsense. Rucker! A moment later, the boy burst into the room from beyond the curtain. Yes, sir? Would you mind fetching me a pail of water, please? Okay, sir. The boy vanished behind the curtain again. Your mother wasn't too rough on the soldiers, was she? Charlie asked, concerned. No, Ghost handled the roughing up part, Alexandra said. Although she was terrifying, Vera added with a shiver. Agreed, Vincent remembered. Rucker waddled back into the room, struggling to carry the pail of water any higher than his ankles. Water splashed out with every step. Barrett quickly rushed over to relieve him of the heavy load, making it look weightless, and set it down next to Charlie. Thank you, lad. Rucker, finish up quickly and you can hurry home, okay? Rucker nodded and quickly disappeared once more. Is that Ghost still here? Charlie asked. Mom is forcing him to stay for dinner, Barrick said. I see. He tore a piece of cloth in half, dipped both halves in the bucket and wrung them out, letting the last few drops splash back into the water before he handed the torn pieces to Alexandra. Hold these for me, would you dare? I take it you don't care for him? She guessed as she took the wet cloth. He's far from my favorite person beneath the stars. Charlie placed an open palm slightly above the water. With his free hand, he formed a circle with curled fingers gently pressed into his thumb. Just a few seconds later, a soft blue light radiated from beneath his open palm, and the water in the pail slowly began to freeze. When the entire bucket was frozen solid, he removed his hands and walked over to his workbench. I shouldn't have said that. It's just, while I'd like to believe he has the best of intentions, his methods sometimes make me question how far he should be trusted. He returned to the bucket with a hammer and chisel, chipped out 2 small pieces of ice from the bucket, then wrapped the 2 pieces of cloth around them. Here, hold these to your injuries for a bit. Vincent winced as the icy cloth touched his lip. Alexandra smiled softly. Thanks, Gramps. But you didn't have to go through all that, though. Of course I did. Now then, I didn't call you all here for sly talk or short rumors. I have a gift for each of you. From underneath his workbench, he pulled out 4 oak chests varying in size, 1 for each of them. After each was placed on the table in front of its designated recipient, he reached behind him for a silver hammer covered in Sonorian runes, symbols consisting only of straight lines depicting images rather than actual letters. Weapons chests! Vera exclaimed with a large grin on her face. I knew it. Nah, don't get ahead of me now. Open them up if you would, but don't remove the contents quite yet. Inside, you will find a starstone in the center of all your weapons, wherever the blade meets the grip. Except for yours, Barrick. Yours is in the pommel. Now cover the stones with your palms and close your eyes. Sure enough, just as he said, embedded in each of their new weapons was a stone shining brighter than any regular jewel, almost as if each one had a tiny lantern inside to cast its ocean hue more vibrantly. Once all their palms were placed and their eyes had fallen shut, Charlie made several signs with his left hand while resting the hammer on the table. When he was finished, the runes engraved on the hammer glowed a bright blue. He lifted the hammer high in the air and quickly slammed it down. The air in the room began to stir. Parchment drifted around with nowhere to go. Books flew open and began to levitate. The prototype designs on the walls fluttered and flailed as if they wanted to be freed. A warm wind from an unknown source gusted through everyone's hair. A moment went by until the blue runes began to steam. Everything dropped into its place. The wind vanished, the air became a steady flow, and the room returned to its chaotic norm. All right, now you may remove them. With Charlie's permission, they reached into the wooden chest and carefully inspected their gifts. They quickly noticed the color change in the starstones. Vera lifted 2 short daggers, narrowly angled and without crossguards, as if she were holding the tip of a spear. The steel blades ran the length of her forearm to a black leather grip that fit perfectly in her palm. The pommel was a hollow ring just big enough for her finger. The starstones embedded in the base of the blade appeared to create a small red circle in the air as she spun them both around. She tossed one up and snatched it on its way back down with a large smile across her face. There hoisted up a double-bladed great axe with an ashy wooden shaft. Bright and silvery edges curved from the heel of the blade to the toe. Long, dark grains stretched from a jagged pommel to the pointed tip that rose several inches above the blades. Inside the pommel, he noticed the starstone now shone a bright yellow. Alexandra traced her fingers along a sword hilt barely big enough for both of her hands. The wooden grip was glossy and dark, like it had been carved out of the very table in front of her. It already felt familiar beneath her palm. The crossguard, silver encased with a golden trim, reached out long and sturdy. She circled the rigid blue stone at the center with her right thumb. Vincent raised one of 2 identical blades out of the chest. The only difference between his swords and Alexandra's was a gentle curve in the handle that continued on into the blade itself, and the starstones embedded in the center of his crossguard shone in emerald green. He took a step back and twirled it in his hands. "Well, what do you think?" Charlie asked, putting an end to the silence. Vera placed her daggers back in the chest and threw her arms around Charlie. "I love them! Thanks, Gramps!" "You're welcome, Pumpkin," he said with a chuckle. Barrick lifted his axe up and down like a newborn child. "It's unbelievably light." "Your work never ceases to amaze me, old man," Alexandra said gently as she looked up at him. "Thank you." He looked into her eyes with a smile and gave her a soft nod before divulging the details of his work. "The sign I just performed was a bonding type. Only you 4 may now wield these weapons, as they only respond to your energy. To you, they are extremely light, yet remain well balanced. However, should anyone else try to wield them, well, let's just say they'd find it an easier feat lifting Mr. Barrick over there."
Mjolnir. That's a reference to Mjolnir.
It
has to be.
It's not. It's not a reference to Mjolnir. But, what are you doing?
Ethan's been commenting. He was commenting in the live chat.
Oh, I can't see that.
Oh, what was Ethan saying? Did he leave?
I can't see that. Just
Yeah,
let it
Ethan. Oh shit.
go.
Okay.
Let it go.
Ethan went to bed.
Oh, yeah, we can't see that.
Yeah, he was. Hold on. That's what he said. Supposed to be pay more attention to
He
chat.
said, "Oh, he was like running straight up, fell asleep."
Right straight up. Well, we don't have a guy in a chair, Dylan. Unless somebody wants to take that role, so we can't really pay attention to live chat.
I should take that role.
You should,
Honestly,
you
that'd
should,
be
so you
perfect for
fucking
you.
stay awake.
Fucking faggot.
Alright. Hang on. Now I lost where I was. Way to go, dude.
What a friend of the community Aydin is.
He is. Yeah, no, it's
Try to
not.
be?
It's not a reference to Mjolnir. It's not.
What
You're
is it?
lying to me.
It's not. I'm not lying. It's not a reference to anything.
The hammer glowing?
No.
Well, it's too much.
He's saying-
like Mjolnir.
This. No, it's not. It's different. Because this is what he's saying. What he did was this whole act that he just did with the weapons. The sign I just performed was a bonding type.
Oh, I know. Okay, now okay. now it linked. Yeah, I see exactly what you're
Yeah,
saying.
he's saying it's not. You can only lift it if you're worthy. It'd be like I can hold it, you can hold it, Ryden can hold it, but Dylan can't
Because we're blood.
because we aren't. Dylan's not
Because
one of
I'm
us four.
blonde.
It's we're all except for him. But so it's not a reference to anything. But good try. Keep them coming. Now that you're awake.
Shut up, pal.
How's it
Did we
going?
miss any?
No.
I was about to say, if you say
That's
yeah.
your fucking number, Tyler. Don't you
I got your fucking number. No, you did not miss any references yet.
You wait. You soon in like a
Do you want me
page
to?
or
Do you want me
two.
to tell you? Yeah. Do you want me to tell you? Like,
In a page
I'll
or two, it'll
wait.
be like one sword to rule them all. Oh, come on!
He's gonna be like, no, I'm not referencing Lord of the Rings.
Totally not. It's only off by like one word. It's just one sword to rule them all.
One sword to rule everything.
Yeah. No, not a reference, but good try.
It was damn close.
I guess. Sure. Yeah. But I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with that bottle if you drop it.
You
Again.
know what?
Ian, bro, we gotta be a friendly environment. You can't litter like that.
All right.
Moving on.
Well, let's just say they'd find it an easier feat lifting Mr. Barrick over there. They shared a small laugh at the thought before Charlie continued. Also, at the base of your blades near the edge, you will see 4 Sonorian runes for earth, water, air, and fire. All of your weapons are enchanted with each effect, so you won't need to sign for them in battle anymore. Keep them sharp, and they'll be an excellent ally for any situation you may find yourself in.
Is that a reference to Avatar?
No. Oh, these are you can see them here.
Oh, pictures.
The last
More pictures? I love pictures!
The last picture.
All right.
The last picture of the whole book.
Are you serious?
And we want to describe what I'm showing the audience right now.
It goes. I think it goes left to right. Here, hang on.
There you go.
Let me see. Put it a little closer. Where's my finger here? Oh yeah. So from my left, I guess from left to right, you got the earth rune, then you have the water rune, then you have the air rune, and then the fire one. It's the last one on the right there.
Looks like
Take
a
a
grill.
look.
It's like a
Earth-
Foreman grill. That's what it looks like. It's
Water.
earth.
No.
I hope that's propane regulated.
Fire.
It's not. You know,
Take a look at the symbols.
that's not a reference to anything, but it is inspired by something.
And inspired.
What about that
Stats.
Scooby Doo episode with the Hex Girls? We're like,
I'm
oh,
a hex
win.
girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you. No. No.
Bummer.
Is it something that we all know?
Probably not.
Oh.
Because you're idiots.
Wait, these symbols here.
Yes.
Yeah, these symbols here.
They're inspired. The Sonorians are inspired by something.
There's a lot of lines. It looks
Sonorians.
like crop circles.
No.
Sonorians sure sounds like Sumerians.
There you go. So then what would that be?
Yeah, that's what that
The
would have been
Fertile
my first
Crescent.
guess. I was
Oh, I
about to
don't know.
blurt it out, but I was gonna save my.
Their
thought.
whole language is essentially cuneiform.
Oh,
Or cuneiform. However the fuck you say it.
how about that?
Is it? I'm pretty sure it's cuneiform.
Hieroglyphics.
What?
Hieroglyphics.
Nah, that was the Egyptians,
Yeah,
dog.
dude. A little different, but yeah.
Yeah.
Similar region.
concept.
They're close.
Not really.
Their
concept.
pyramids.
They wrote
They had
on-
the
they
step
wrote
pyramids,
on-
right?
They wrote on
The
clay.
Egyptians?
The Mesopotamians.
They wrote
The
on clay.
Mesopotamians, I believe it was them that had the
Dude, I used to think it
I
was
forget what the hell those are
hieroglyphics.
called.
That's
They
that's
They
Hydro-
used sticks
those-
and they
were-
poked
those
letters
those
in
are
the clay.
Peru.
Fucking primitive. Primitive. don't know
Well, I
what
think-
that is. Primitive.
They have them in like Central and South America or something like that too.
Well,
right?
yeah, but Sumerians are like they made us.
Ziggurats.
That's
That's
the
what they're
Anunnaki.
called. They're
That's
called
the one- that's the
ziggurats.
one.
Yeah, but didn't
That's
they
it.
like disappear very suddenly? Or
Sumerians-
that
That's
was the
that's a
Cro-
lot of civilizations.
those were the
The
Crotellans.
Sumerians is
Too many.
where civilization started.
Fertile
in
Crescent,
The
bro.
Fertile Crescent.
Yes.
which
The
is
ship?
Also the
No.
Middle East.
I was thinking of
Ship.
Yes.
my head would.
What, like the what ship?
My head went.
There's a lot
you
of
said
words.
Fertile Crescent, and my head went to
There's
like
a lot
the
of words
Mayflower.
that stem
Yeah.
from Sumerian inspiration. Give it to Ryden, so Ryden can see him.
Here you go, you loser.
Yo, could you imagine how much it would have sucked if the Titanic and, like, the Mayflower, like, if those events were swapped? It's like the Mayflower hit the iceberg and sunk instead.
That would be tough. That would be tough.
And then when the Titanic came across, there was just a flood of English people in America. That would suck.
There's a flood of
There's
English
just
people
one-
in
I don't
America.
think you'd have the Titanic if you didn't have the Mayflower.
Well, maybe. Maybe going somewhere else.
I don't know if you'd have.
The Titanic
I don't know
would
if you'd
be-
have that insurance fraud.
The
if you didn't
Titanic
have
would be the new Mayflower. They'd be finally. They're like, fuck it, we're making it India finally with this unsinkable boat.
That sinks because we want it to. Anyway, those are the 4 runes.
Anyway, did you finish the chapter?
Almost.
Damn it!
Keep them sharp, and they'll be an excellent ally for you in any situation you may find yourself in. So they'll do just fine against ghouls, is what you're saying? Vincent asked. Varric laughed. Still can't get that out of your head, Vince? Vincent shuddered at the last thought. At the
Shudder?
Thought. Oh, he shuddered! Yes! Vincent shuddered at the
Yeah.
at the thought of his last interaction with a ghoul. Those things give me the creeps. Vera teased him from across the table by wiggling her fingers whilst making ghost noises. He sneered at her in response. Yes, my boy, Charlie said with a smile. They'll do just fine with any horror, for that matter. Now why don't you all head home Excuse me. Now why don't you all head home for dinner, and I'll meet you there shortly. They said their goodbyes and expressed their gratitude before exiting Charlie's shop. By now, the sun had set beyond the western treetops, shading the sky in deep oranges and reds.
Charlie's Popo.
Yes.
Obviously.
Way to show up.
Yeah, yo. Oh my god.
Nobody said it yet.
Yeah, we did. I didn't really think I needed to.
Yeah, that was kind of straightforward.
Nah, you know what? I'm just,
His name is Charlie,
It literally.
and he's super nice. He literally gave us all gifts.
I could not have. I think I nailed his description.
yeah, I mean,
That sounds exactly like him.
yeah.
Anyway, by now the sun had set beyond the western treetops, shading the sky in deep oranges and reds. Its light stretched their shadows long and thin in the middle of the road as they journeyed home.
You're a dumbass.
Chapter Chapter 1. Scene.
Charlie
in
in
the
the
books.
ball. Like, yo,
The guy named after our grandfather
Charlie.
Yeah,
is a reference, or
it's a reference to Popo.
it's a reference to our
Yo.
I was figuring it was critical.
His name is also Charlie.
What's up, everybody?
What's
I
up,
use this
everybody?
big fucking sword.
That's right. You should do that voice. You should do the voice for him the whole time. Just be like, "These swords will only respond to you now. Only your energy."
So I
you
don't know
don't
why
have
you're listening to Thera. She's quite a cunt.
You don't have to worry about any more whoops-a-daisies. Yeah, that's chapter 1. You can not rewatch the video and we'll just start chapter 2.
I'll get it with context too. We'll get this.
We should read halfway through chapter 2 and then read the entire chapter 2
I'll wait till
next week.
Yeah, I'm not making that mistake again. We're not doing it in parts. We're sitting through and just crushing it, except for maybe chapter 17.
Just do the
How
whole
long
book
is that
right
one?
now.
That's a long one.
Yeah, I mean, now that we did all of chapter 1, you can just delete the other one
Why would I delete it?
so people don't.
So people won't see you fall asleep on camera or what?
No, they're
That's
gonna
what
see me
happened.
fall asleep
Sleep on camera on this
during
one.
But this one, you actually finished it, so like, what's the point of watching the last one? Nothing too interesting happened in the last one. 2 people fell asleep, and we didn't finish the fucking chapter.
Yeah, we
so
only made
why
it 18
keep
pages. You didn't even make it to the bar scene. The bar scene with the fucking soldiers. You didn't make it there.
Yeah, so I was like,
2 people fought, and then...
I told you.
yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, you weren't wrong.
Next time,
I
listen to
figured
me.
it too. I assumed everyone was going to fucking fall asleep, and it was just Dylan.
Listen, I thought I had it.
Good for you, Dylan.
Thought I had it.
I feel like I have an obligation to stay awake.
I have an
You
obligation.
felt like you had an obligation at that point?
So, well, at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also because I'm gonna help you with the screenplay version.
Oh, that's also
He
true,
was
yeah.
like, fuck. He was like, I should have fell asleep first.
Well, I
Didn't
mean,
realize
it does benefit him.
To fall asleep first?
No, to
Oh.
pay attention.
Right.
Because it's like, yeah, god damn it. Why am I a little bitch when it comes to these?
We need to learn how to animate.
No, not animate. Screenplay.
Well, actually,
Screenplays.
Doug was asking me about animation stuff the other day.
Do you know anything about animation stuff?
Yeah, bro.
And not really. It's here and there. I did an animation in college, but it was so primitive, and I probably wasn't supposed to use that program to do it, so it I mean, it was kind of entertaining, but it sucked. Like, it was nothing good. It was nothing like put on fucking TV or, you know. I didn't even have sound to it yet. I didn't even put sounds in. I just submitted.
Can you do the? Can
It's
you?
a silent film.
Are you?
This
This is a no words, no audio kind of film. Can you do like the stick figure fighting animation?
Oh, I used to do Pivot. I've done that before. I would like to get back into it. I was gonna reanimate Stickman Madness.
You should do that.
I don't have any of the books anymore. I'd have to be completely from scratch.
You can do it. Though.
I probably
know
could.
you can. Yeah, you should. That would be
Yeah.
cool.
I do know
another
how.
cool
So yeah, I do know how to do that. That's actually kind of fun. Once you figure out how to do it, it's like I like did like a test where like I had a character just walk, and I'm like, oh yeah, dude.
Oh, it's game over.
Yeah,
man.
we got it.
Game over. Easy.
Now we're gonna make them fight each other. Have you seen the cool fucking animations for the fights?
The Stickman stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sick. That's why I'm like, can you do that? Because we can animate some of my fights that way.
We could totally figure that out.
Kinda. I mean, you're not gonna get. Yeah, we should animate your whole book.
The
With
whole
stick
book
figures.
just.
Yeah, and then present
know what?
that. Present that. Not only do we have the screenplay, here's kind
This
of what it
is
would
the
look
storyboard.
like. We have an animated storyboard.
These are the
for you.
shots.
Like,
We have
go to
characters.
pitch it. We go to pitch it, but then we also have a soundtrack. We have everything played out. Here's the movie.
We just need
Really
money.
low budget.
We just need.
We have
a
no
little bit of
copyright.
money. We need a small loan of $1 million. All we need, we'll take it from there, and not just your money.
It'll be great.
It'll be wonderful.
But yeah, I don't know. Any questions? Any chapter 1 related questions?
Have we met Demon Arm Girl yet?
She doesn't have a demon arm, and that's Alexandra. If
Yeah, you
were
fucking
awake,
dumbass.
That's what. I
That's
thought.
why she's wearing the leather glove.
That's what I thought.
Jesus
Why?
Christ.
I
Why?
thought maybe she just had that Michael Jackson shit going on.
No.
What do you mean she doesn't have a demon arm?
It's not a demon arm.
No spoilers. Don't talk
Oh.
about it.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Wait, this hasn't been revealed yet.
No,
Right.
that's
No!
why I gotta shut up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bringing
Shut
this
your-
up on the live.
Shut
for
your whore
everybody.
mouth.
It's not. I know it's
Well,
not.
it's not. Listen.
He's referring to something specific, and it's not that. I know what he's talking about. He's referring to something specific of where the inspiration for.
I know what you're talking because I remember you guys talking about it before.
But no, it's not that. That's not what it is.
Damn. Sorry.
Fucking-
Me and my fat mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really. You didn't really spoil anything.
Not
you can't
really.
spoil it because you don't know what it is.
bro,
I kind of
wakes
know
up
what
and
it
starts
is.
yapping.
You don't. No, you
kind of
don't.
told
You
me
might
already.
know what it looks like.
No, you kind of told me what it is already.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Well, it doesn't matter because you're gonna be asleep when it's revealed anyway.
Yeah, okay. You know
You're gonna
what?
have to be the guy in the chair. You're gonna have to man that shit. Your new spot's gonna be over there off camera. So
Yeah,
when you're
but I'm
drooling
gonna
on everything.
And nobody's gonna be talking on chat, so I'm gonna just be falling asleep.
Yeah, now. That's because we're filming it for Ethan. But maybe there's one other person out there who also doesn't like to read but wants the story. And doesn't have access to my audiobook that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yet.
You get this for now.
This is your intermediate. When people go to live readings, it's a thing.
Yeah, but not like this.
Yeah, this is very different.
This is a virtual live reading.
Yeah, but I'm just saying people do live readings.
It's a lot more convenient for people to do it
authors
like
do
this.
live readings. Yeah.
And people love convenience.
Leaving your house to go to a thing doesn't sound convenient. to
No,
me.
that's
what
why
I'm saying,
that's
that's why
I'm
he's
saying this is convenient.
Oh, I see.
This is the convenient.
Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, but you have to deal with.
Wait. Since
us
we're like
idiots
convenient, should we
chiming
have
in.
like?
Welcome to the store.
Whoa,
No, we just have to check.
Welcome to my little reputation
Okay,
where we read our books.
We can't clip that. Oh boy, cancel.
Today we are going to be reading The Princess and the Frog.
No, that's not what it was.
She kissed the frog.
It was no. She didn't kiss the frog. She whipped it against the wall.
She ripped the frog.
She tried to kill it. It was
that.
attempted
She tried to
homicide.
kill the frog. It was
Dude, Brothers Grimm was so crazy.
That was so stupid.
It was so funny.
This man, he does not fear. He cannot shelter.
Oh, you know what else we could do? What we could do after Brothers Grimm? We could do scary stories to tell in the dark.
We could do that.
That would also be fun.
I don't own that though.
We can buy it.
I have other books we could do.
Yeah, but that one could be a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah, it could be fun. That's true.
So everybody would be shuddering.
Can we like make it super dark and gooey?
That's the whole point of
And can we like hang bats from
Oh
the
yeah,
ceiling and
yeah.
stuff?
Should we make it
Hang
themed?
bats.
That's October. We could actually do that for October. Well,
Dude,
Grimm
that'd
is
be
kind of
sick.
like that.
Oh, we should get October.
If
Oh
we
my
can
God,
finish,
yeah.
if we can finish,
We should
yeah,
decorate
do
the whole
October
house.
Fest.
We should do the
If
whole
we
house.
can you stop doing whatever it is that you're doing?
Yeah,
Why?
because you're annoying. You're
So
like
you
a fucking
haven't-
5-year-old.
You don't want your eyes to follow me back and forth.
Yeah, you're creating effort that I don't want to exert.
Yeah, I understand, Tyler.
If we can finish Brothers Grimm, what are you doing? Jesus Christ! If we can finish Brothers Grimm before October starts, then we can do the scary stories thing.
Okay, so we got.
We do 3 stories at a shot.
Yeah, and we'll practice. We'll all practice reading. Nick.
I think I'm actually a fairly decent reader, all things considered.
Well,
you're
we
gonna
wouldn't
be a
know
guest.
because
You're
you
gonna
weren't
have
there
to
for
be-
Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be a guest star for Brothers Grimm, motherfucker.
Yeah. Because it was begun when you were too busy.
Surprise guest, Aydin Kreiser. Welcome aboard. This brother's on
That's,
duty.
yep, and
Brother's
that's the
gonna.
one that nobody watches.
Why no? Can I read the whole book?
They start like the first couple of videos. They're like, oh, these are interesting. These guys are stupid, but this is somewhat entertaining. And then they see you and they're like, ew, never mind.
Why are you so mean to me?
Unfollow.
Unfollow, block, report,
Why would they even report this?
because.
Not before I get your credit card number.
It's
I
alright.
can't
It
handle
get
you
blamed
right
on me anyways.
Alright, I need to eat, so let's fucking.
Bye.
I wish you didn't do that.